Sudan is still celebrating the end of the Hajlij military standoff with the South, but the withdrawal of South Sudanese forces hasn't brought peace. South Sudan has shown reporters an oil field in Unity State, which they said had been bombed by the Sudanese Air Force last week. It's now reporting more airstrikes by the Sudanese army. It said aircraft targeted a bridge and a market in an area near Bentiu, the capital of Unity State, causing casualties. Bentiu is an oil town. It is also close to the border with Sudan, an area which could have served as a supply route for the South Sudanese army when they were in control of Hajlij town. Hajlij oil facility normally produces more than half of Sudan's oil needs. The infrastructure was damaged in the recent fighting. Both sides blamed the other. It is not clear when production will resume. The Khartoum government is now demanding compensation. It is also insisting that Juba stop supporting rebels who have been fighting northern government troops in southern Kordofan. Only then, it says, can peace talks resume.
Sudan's President Bashir has also said that he won't allow the South to export its oil through the North any longer. But that may be political posturing more than policy. Such a move would hurt both sides, and Sudan would lose billions of dollars in much-needed revenues.
It has been 3 months since South Sudan stopped oil shipments to the north. Juba accused Khartoum of charging unreasonable fees to refine its crude and transport the oil to world markets. But it now says it is ready to restart oil production if an export deal is reached. The Hajlij conflict, however, has damaged relations between the two sides. Khartoum believes the South has been trying to destroy the North's economy.
South Sudan decided to stop oil production because it wanted to put pressure on Khartoum, and it didn't want Sudan to benefit from oil revenues. They did it even though they depend on the money for their economy.
Without the vast income oil brings in, the economies of both sides will be severely damaged. Both North and South still seem willing to use oil as a weapon in a military conflict that has increasingly become an economic war. Zeina, Khodr, Jazeera, Khartoum.
From the north to the south, we join Peter Greste now, who's in Bentiu, one of the targeted towns. He described the situation there.
Well, earlier today I was in the centre of town and we heard a couple of high-flying aircraft overhead. The whole town then seemed to open up with gunfire. Anybody with a weapon was firing into the air to try to bring those aircraft down. Most of them were with small arms with AK-47, so there was really no chance of that happening. But the aircraft were still able to drop some 4 bombs to an area north of Bentiu town around the military base known as Rubkona. 2 bombs fell very close to the military base without doing any serious damage, but 2 other bombs fell in a nearby market. They destroyed quite a number of stalls and 1 young boy was killed and several civilians were also wounded in that attack. South Sudan, as far as it's concerned, says it's done nothing to provoke this attack. It says that it has withdrawn all of its troops out of the Hajlij region that Sudan claimed it occupied a couple of weeks ago. South Sudan says that its troops are now in the defensive positions that they were before this whole crisis began, and that it has ceased hostilities. It's very difficult to know what Khartoum's strategic objective is in these kinds of airstrikes. 4 bombs on a town like Bentiu really don't have any significant military impact. It really only serves to terrorize or to frighten most of the people in the town. But nonetheless, we do seem to have a state of ongoing conflict. I was talking earlier to the Vice President, Riek Machar, who pointed out that there is no ceasefire at the moment, and what we've seen today seems to bear that out.